Hi everyone, it's Maggie, and I am here to show you how I made the flowers on my wall hanging, the doily wall hanging here from my last DT project that I put up, I think a couple days ago or a day ago. And I'm going to show you how I made these flowers out of the trims. So let me put that aside. And this isn't really a DT project, but all the trims I'm using do come from Craft Supplies for You because of, you know, mainly the DT project. But any flower trims that you have, you can use them also. So let me start with one of them, and let's see. Okay, this, now I have to look to see where I am. Okay, this flower here, you can see, comes from, now let me find the trim. Let's see. Okay, it comes from this trim here, and let me show you. This is the trim, and I'm pretty sure it's still in the store. Most of these trims Julie got a while ago, and some of them might be sold out, but then some of them, you know, are in the store. But like I said, you can use any type of flower trims. So using that trim, I cut out a couple of flowers, and this one I fussy cut all these little things out, but on this one I left them because to me that just looks a little shabbier. So I started out on the bottom with this one here, and then I took this one, and this is fussy cut. I did all the cutting beforehand, so I wouldn't take up a lot of time doing that. But that's from this trim here, and you'd have to check the store if you're interested, but you know, to see which trims Julie still has. So I took that trim, I fussy cut the flowers out, and I'm gonna just, let me make sure I get the right side. So I'm just kind of gonna eyeball it, and you want to kind of scatter the petals so you see both. Okay, so I'm also hopefully going to be able to show you a couple of tips that I found when I do this. So I only put a little bit of glue on the back there, like that. That's all it takes. And I'm going to kitty corner it, like I said, a little bit. So you only glue the middle. And then the next thing I took was one of these little flowers here. And I can't really see in the camera because of the angle, but I'm hoping that I'm showing you okay. And it's this trim here. And this trim, I mean, you can make tons of flowers with just like, say, this much of a trim. So you know, you can make so many. So I cut out these individual flowers, and then I cut out the smaller ones in the middle. Okay, so that's that trim. And I'm going to add that to the top. And again, I'm only going to put a little bit of glue right in the middle. And then here's one of the tips to make it a little more dimensional. Okay, I'm going to have to do it down here, so I hope you can see it. But I take my glue gun and I press down the middle like that. And I just kind of roll it a little bit. And then I'll show you up close how it came out. And see how dimensional that is? See how the middle goes inside? And then, of course, I didn't think of any flower centers, so I forgot to bring pearls over in that, and I don't want to take up the time, but you can put a little pearl in there, you can put a little rhinestone in there, and there's one of the flowers. And I'll show you, it was this flower here, and I added a pearl. There's another little piece in there, but that's not really needed. But I added a pearl to it. And whoops, was I even in camera? Probably not. So this is the flower, and there's the pearl. Okay, so that's one flower. And let me just put that over there. All right, another one that I did was using, let me find it now, this trim here. And this trim, I mean, you can use it as it is, but you can make a ton of flowers just using a little bit of this trim. Because I fussy cut the larger one, the smaller ones, and I even cut these little circles, and I'll show you why in a second. And I can't edit my videos, so if there's any bloopers in this, like if I go off screen or whatever, the bloopers have to stay. Okay, let me move that out of the way. Okay, so here's those. Now here's the larger one. Okay, here's one of the smaller ones. And I don't know if you can see, but there's really a lot of detail to these. Can you see the detail inside? I don't know. So I'm just going to place that on the top. And then I think I thought I had cut out. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. And here's one of those, the little ones. All right, so again, a little bit in the middle. And then this one here, I almost had it on the wrong side, just a tiny drop of glue. And again, I'm going to press down again and kind of wiggle it around. Okay, so there you see again, there's some dimension in there. And you can, again, put a little rhinestone, a little, because it was on this wall hanging, I used pearls. Now here's that flower here. And I didn't finish it, so let me finish it for you, because I want to show you exactly what I did to them. Okay, so I took this trim here, you can see that, and I cut one out, so here's that, and then I took it and I kind of eyeballed it like that, so that some of this would be, whoops, see, I can't really, some of this would be hanging off. Okay, so let me just put a little glue in the middle, and then I'm just gonna press it down. And I'm going to do that 3D type of thing again, just to make sure it's still in there. Okay, so there's one of them, like that. And then, let's see. Another one is, this is also by the yard, this one here. And I cut out a couple of the petals. And I just kind of staggered them, so you get a lot of those, you know, petals in there. So I'm just gonna glue those down. And you can also do the same thing, the 3D, I call it the 3D effect, with the corner of this thing. So if I go like this, and I press it down like that and just kind of wiggle it, see, you get the same thing. You can see both layers there. All right, so this one, I used the petals under, did I use? Okay, I used, it's this one here, and you can't see a lot of it, but there's that under there, and then I used another one of these. I put this on top. This is the right way. So we'll just make it a little more dimensional, because on the one on the wall hanging, I only used one layer of this, like I call it like a daisy trim. All right, so let's put this here. and I'm going to press down with that. Okay, so there's that. And then for this one, I took one of these smaller ones, because this is what you want to do. You want to mix and match them. And then I put that in the middle. Whoop. And that I can just use the glue gun. I put that in the middle. And then a pearl went in the middle of that. There you go. And I used one of these. Let me get my scissors and just clip that off. And I did the same thing. So this one's going to be a little fuller. And I'll show you them when they're done at the end. And like I said, just a little bit of glue in the middle. And you just kind of eyeball. And there's another one. I wish I thought to put the pearls, but I mean, I think you can kind of get the idea, right? Right. Okay, now a really simple one is using these little flowers here. And let me see, where's that one? I thought I had them all out, but maybe, oh yeah, here it is. Okay. It's this one here, and it's just a one strand. So I just cut a couple of those out. Okay, no, I bumped the camera, sorry. So let me just make sure. Okay, so this one, I put kind of like, you know, here and here and over here. And this one, all I did was I took just one of them, and then I added a little circle in the middle and a pearl on top of that. But I don't have the pearls, and here's the little circles. Let me make sure I have the right side. And when you have something this small, you don't want to burn your fingers, so I put a little bit of glue on the larger flower, and then I put it like that. And I think it's the heat from the you know, the glue that is what you're pressing down, and there you go. But I'll also show you, if you want to make them a little more dimensional or a little, you know, thicker, you can do 2 rows, just kind of kitty corner them. And there you have another little one. And these make great little filler, I call them filler flowers. That's going to bug me, so let me get that off. So there's that one. And then, let me think what else. Oh, here's another trim, but let me find, because I cut it up. Okay, this trim here, this flower trim here. And I think Julie might still have some of that. So this one, you could cut right down the middle and still have one side as a trim and cut up the flowers for this side. Now, I cut up a couple of the larger flowers, and see these little tiny flowers there? I cut those up too. And I'll show you what I did with those. So, and it's fun doing this too. I mean, you can make so many different flowers. You just mix and match everything, that's all. Okay, so here's a couple that I cut up right there. All right, so I'm gonna put one there, and just let me double check to see what I did with that. Okay, I took the little middle one, and I put that, and again, I'm going to press in and rotate. And then this is like a simple one. Or you can, let's see, what else did I do? That's one simple one. There's one more I want to show you. And it's this one here. And I didn't use this, but I had made that with one of these again. And from this, where's that trim there? Okay, this trim here. And I'm pretty sure there's some of this left in the store. So it's this trim here, the dangle trim. So I cut up the small flowers, and here's one here, and I left the little leaves on just for a little bit of an added interest. And then I put this, I just kind of eyeballed it so the leaves dangle down below. So you got that, and then, okay, so there's that. And then you take another one of those little ones, and I don't think I have one, so let me cut this out quick. I think I had only cut one of those. I mean, these are so easy, and they're so pretty when you put them on your projects. Okay, so then I'm going to put this in the middle, on top. Okay, and then that's all I did to that one, see? So you get those. So that's a little bit different. And then using these again, sometimes I'll just, to make another really, really simple one, make sure I have the right side, okay. It's the larger, this is all from one trim, the larger one and the smaller one. And I just put the smaller one on top. And then you can see that makes another nice filler flower. Or you can even, like, I'll do that just to show you something different. This can go on the larger flower from this trim. And they're nice for the doily books and the doily wall hangings because they're so much smaller than the ones you make, you know, like with material. So there's another one, and then you just put what you want in the middle. I wish I had, see, you can mix and match these two. All right, let me try something here. So that goes in the middle. Let's see, I've got one of these left. Let's just try this, see how this looks. And then, let's see. Here's one of my clay flowers. We'll put that in the middle. And look at how pretty that is. And it's shabby. But I think I want to cut up a couple of those. Just, I don't have to cut them all off, but just a couple of the larger ones. And you can still leave it shabby. So there's that one. Okay, so I guess you get the idea. I don't think I really have to make any more. And you could even, you know, you could even add more if you wanted. But anyway, that's it, I guess. Oh, I didn't use this trim here, did I? Okay, let me show you one last one using this trim. And let me find the trim. Let's see, where is it? Is it this one? Okay. This trim here. And again, this trim, you would get so many little tiny flowers out of it. So I'm going to use that because I did cut out a couple of those. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with another one of these, and then I'm going to add the tiny flower into the middle. And then here's one of the, this is almost like a little tiny spider. You see it on this row up top? I cut one of those out, and I'm going to put that in the middle. But again, because it's so small, I'm going to put it in the middle of the flower, the hot glue. Okay, and where's the last one? Let me just grab one more tiny clay flower. A little pink one. And again, in the middle of the flower, look at how tiny that is. You don't want to be burning your hand. So, and look at how cute that is. Right? And you could even cut one more of these off. Or any other like little flowery applique trim. You could put it, this one I'm going to put in the middle, I think. And yeah, I'm going to put it in the middle. Like that. And there's another one. And this could even be like more of an embellishment than a flower. So, there you go. So I think you get the idea. So there's this one, and this one, and that one, and that one, and this one, and this larger one, and this little tiny one, and this little one, the filler flowers, and these, and I think that's it. All right, so let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different flowers I just showed you. And I think I'm only a little over 20 minutes, so that's not bad. So, okay, well, that's it. It feels good to do another tutorial. I haven't been able to do one in so long. So, thank you for sticking with me, and I hope this helps, you know, with a little bit with your creativity, with thinking outside the box, just getting ideas. And like I said, you don't, you can use any type of flower trim that you might have. So, yeah, I guess that's it. And I'll be back again soon with another project share. So thanks for watching, everyone, and please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Bye for now.